from the classroom level to the boardroom level, someone who has definitely helped make that connection happen and make this opportunity happen is President of the Massachusetts Teachers Association, Ann Wass.
Thank you very much, Jessica. Thank you for having us here today. I'm very honored to be here at such an important and happy occasion. It's wonderful news for Springfield. I'd also like to say how this grant really opens the door for great things for the students of this city. And it's creating a structure for the teachers and the administrators and everyone in the community who has a stake in the Springfield Public Schools to work together to make a difference for the children of the city. I'd also like to thank all the distinguished local and state leaders that are here that the mayor mentioned. And in addition, I'd like all the Springfield teachers or retired teachers or MTA staff to please raise your hands. I ask you to raise your hands because I really want to thank them for all they do for the kids of Springfield every day. And also to all of those in the system who worked on this grant getting to this stage. It took a lot of work, a lot of time in order to qualify to go through the process. And then I'd like to thank in advance all the other teachers who will be working as it gets rolled out, the implementation of the grant. And in particular, I do have to say a word about my colleague here, Tim Collins. I've had the pleasure of working with him on our board of directors at different points in our lives. And the one thing I have to say about Tim, and this is living proof, in addition to being a great leader and an advocate for his members, I can think of no state and local president who cares more about students than Tim Collins. His passion, and love, and especially for children in need, and how they have to have all the opportunities that any other child has, is just phenomenal. And I've heard him speak on these issues of closing that achievement gap, of helping children in need to the point where he'll bring some of us to tears. And it's a true, genuine love for his students. And I thank you, Tim, for all your many years of hard work on this. And as we'll see, incredible things can happen when the teachers are given a voice and a seat at the table and an opportunity to offer their insights, their expertise, their classroom experience. And the words you hear a lot, and they're not just hollow words, but collaboration, creativity, and good communication, the 3 C's. This is the combination that will bring real opportunity to the students of Springfield. So I'm thrilled to see this money and this opportunity being given to such a worthy district and a worthy community. There's a great deal of need and also a great deal of talent, commitment, and inspiration in Springfield. So we thank you for the money. I also hope that during the life of this grant, as it goes on and as it ends, that all the experience and successes that will happen here will also then be replicated all over the state. You will become a model for a progressive, innovative city. Thank you all so much.
Well, lastly, speaking today, I think we've heard a lot about Timothy Collins and his passion. I was here for about 5 minutes before he came up and told me how excited the community would be if there was any way that I could stay after and maybe do a baseball clinic with the boys and some softball clinic. And, you know, I was sitting here thinking I just drove 3 hours from New York, you know, but hearing from everyone else speak and just knowing, I mean, just shook his hand and met him. He's already trying to figure out a way how he can get me to help the community just by meeting me. So that's something that I appreciate, and even though it's, you know, snow outside, and I'm thinking, how are we going to do a softball clinic? But he's trying to figure out a way to make it happen. If you're going to be here for an extra hour, we're going to do it. We're going to help the community. So, needless to say, there's passion and there's constant drive to continue to help Springfield Public Schools, and that's the Education Association President Timothy Collins.
morning. It's nice to have some good news. I do want to correct a couple of things. We're not calling our schools pilot schools. They're going to be collaboration schools, because that's the foundation of what we're talking about. And I also want to say that I had nothing to do with the seating arrangements up here, because when we meet together, we are interspersed. I'm surprised that Mr. Rebel says I'm somewhat intimidating. I didn't realize my reputation had spread that far out of Boston. I am passionate, sometimes I guess to the point of being a zealot about my members' working conditions, because those are our children's learning conditions. And I wish Harriet was here, because Harriet was an inspiration to my executive board. And one of her themes, and I truly believe this in my heart, we really haven't had true education reform in this nation over the last 25 or 30 years. And the only way to have true education reform is when these laws and regulations stop having educators as their object and invite us to the table and let us be together the architects of education reform. It's been a long journey. The last 6 years, I've been very, very hopeful. We've created an atmosphere at the leadership level in this district where we can have honest, open discussions about the work we do and how to make it better. We've created safe atmospheres where we can disagree passionately with one another, but do it in an agreeable way. And when you have those deep conversations about what's best for the children in your charge, you find out that you have more than you agree on than you disagree on. And the fact is, what we need to do is narrow our focus to those things that not only the leadership agrees on, but a critical mass of the people doing the work to say, if we can do this, life will be better for the kids in our charge. And if life is better for the kids in our charge, life is better for us, and life will be better for this community. And that's what we're going to try, that's what we're going to do here in this community. There's a commitment. There's a true commitment on the people who do the work. And as was stated before, it needs to be a deeper commitment and a broader commitment from this whole community. Every single person, church, nonprofits, doctors, from prenatal to college, that deals with our children, need to come together, need to align what we're doing, and have that same focus. It's a monumental task that we're taking on. But we've taken some good steps, and we're going to continue to take good steps. And let the call go out to this community that if you care about kids and care about the future of this city and this nation, get involved. Help us in this work. Because together, if we find those things that we have in common, that we believe are the right things to do, we'll continue to talk about our differences, but let's put our energies into the things we come together on, and we will make it happen. So join us.